Good morning. I'm Dan Lafreniere. I'm with Cascadia Sport Systems. I'm here at Mercedes-Benz Arena in Shanghai, and we're today going to make an instructional video on dismantling and reassembling the dasher boards. So when we want to begin, we'll have the team come over and show you how it's done. So the components are all labeled. Under here you can see player's bench east, panel 1. So they will remove this and store it, put it into the storage. And once it begins time to reinstall, it's very simple. Player's bench east, panel 1 and panel 2, and so on with the other boxes. That's about it for the benches. Okay, so now you're going to install the screws for the bench pedestals that will support the bench. That's good. Oh, that's good. This will only have to be done the one time. In the future, they won't have to remove this anymore. Use the red one. Use the other one in your pocket. We're now installing the player's bench, which requires minimum tools. Once the bench is now installed, simple matter of installing the finishing red screws. Okay, we'll now begin to remove the bench, which will involve removing red screws from the red portion of the bench to where it is joined. So the bench will be removed in 2 pieces. Back 1, 2. There you go. Also, do you want to just carry on to the next portion? And then the next procedure will be to remove the aluminum stanchions, which again are labeled, which have a label here and also on the panel. So they will remove these and then proceed to do the same in sequence, followed by the glass. 1 pole, 1 piece of glass, and so on for throughout the entire facility. If you see, the stanchions are labeled with the label on the pole itself, and also behind on the dasher panel is the corresponding label. So when it reassembly, makes it very easy to keep the right components with the right panels. And then the same with the glass. These are standard panels which don't need to be numbered. They can be removed in sequence. This panel for this post, for instance, can be put in this place and so forth. It's very important that only these panels return to the same locations. So now the benches have been removed for ease of taking the glass out. So the first process is to remove the top clip, which is fastened by a screw which has already been loosened for this purpose. After this is removed, then you remove the face plate, which has a mechanical fastener which has already been removed for this purpose. Very important that someone holds the glass on at the time before. So the glass has been positioned on the frame in a simple motion to remove it, place it on the cart for reinstallation. Simple, reversive process. It's very important that these glasses are secured to the frame by means of a ratchet strap or a good heavy rope. I would recommend better rope than this. So with that being said, now they will remove the rope and begin the glass installation. So the team has removed the glass and placed it on the cart in the proper fashion. Now they simply need to take the glass with a smooth motion and reinstall it into the poles. Now the workers are installing the rubber gaskets that go in between the glass and the aluminum post. Once this is done, it's a simple means of installing the glass and standing it up. It's a good number of people, 4 people per panel. 4, very good. Very important, someone holds the glass at all times. Nice smooth motion, very well done. So now the glass has been removed, we need to reassemble the glazing post by keeping all the parts together. It's important to keep the parts together. Now that the parts are together, you just simply remove the pole, put onto storage. So after this process is completed around the entire ice surface, we can begin to remove the dasher panels, so which we can go over to the Zamboni gate and demonstrate that for you. And we have the benches already, and we can move over to the curved corners over here, which is similar to the glass poles, only difference being it's a different type of pole, which again, if you can see on the back side, has the similar label as this one may have. If you see here, it's again labeled corresponding to the panel, which is easily removed and reinstalled. Dasher panels are also labeled and numbered, which are standard panels, numbered from beginning at number 1, going all around the entire perimeter, ending with number 77. You can't see from that side of the boards, but on the panel itself, there's a welded number on the bottom, which is to keep them in sequence. And again, it's repetitive. You remove 2 connecting bolts, which are back here, and install two anchor bolts to the ice dam. And then we carry on. Now all of these panels are the same in width, and we come around to the corner. We're going to end up over here at the Zamboni entrance. This again is a gate door, which also has numbers, labels, stanchions labeled with the corresponding number. These are easily removed, but you just pull them out and reinstall them in the same hole with the proper number. These pieces do not need to be removed. They stay with each dasher panel, which is fine. This is a sample of the acrylic piece that will be installed in the future. As we come over to the Zamboni door, which it works very well on its own right now. Once you close it, again, everything is labeled. As you can see, nice labeling for front and back. All the poles are easily removable. And to remove the door, it's as simple as removing this pin, removing the pin, taking the door and putting it on a storage cart and taking it away to your storage location. And if you can see over here, you might see better is the anchor points to the ice dam. This threshold has already been removed for this purpose. We can have the team reinstall it if you think, but I don't think it's necessary. And again, it's just repetitive all the way around the entire arena. So I think here we go. Now we're at the panel, the Zamboni gate panel, which is a good location to begin and end. So the first point would be to remove the glass posts, which again is simple. They simply get removed. They're labeled with the corresponding number on the frame, and they can be set on a cart to be stored. So the next step is to just remove only the 3. Which again, labeled. Now the posts are removed. We can remove the panel, which is simple, by removing these 2 pins. It's important that the workers do not put the feet under the panels because they're very heavy. They may injure their feet. This particular panel is a little heavy. Now that the panel is removed, it's very important to keep parts with the parts so they don't get lost for future reinstallation. We will now reinstall the Zamboni gate, which the parts have been left with the panel, which is now easily available. We'll begin by just removing the pins, 1, 2. Now the workers will take the panel and install it. Now we can continue by installing the aluminum poles, which are labeled with this one, which again, just slide in the hole. Okay, we've now installed your entire dasher board, include benches, glass, glazing, doors, Zambonis, ice dam, in sequence, of course. So the next step would be to make ice and strap your skates on, let's play hockey and have a good game.